My name is Mark McClintock. I'm with GVM Snow Equipment. We're going to do brine training the fast and the easy way with full force water. So let me start here and I'll prime the pump. First of all, we need to prime the hose. Okay, leave that running. We'll come on down this way. We'll make sure this hose is primed, which it probably has more liquid in it. Yes, it's good. So that hose is primed. Okay, we gotta install the, it's a tough one on an old man. Okay, that's installed. Now we're going to install the water line to the dilution valve. This will dilute the brine from 26% as it comes out of the hopper down to the 23% by adjusting this dowel. Okay, now we got to reinstall the plate to protect the salt from going in the front. We're going to load the hopper with rock salt. We're going to load as much as we can in the hopper, basically probably 2 to 3 scoops. So we'll see how much we can fill the hopper up before we start putting water in. You should always put the salt in slowly at first, and they usually do, put in slowly. Okay, we're gonna need at least one more bucket in there to start off with because we wanna maximize the amount of salt to the water ratio so we have strong brine coming out. Okay, now we're gonna put the second bucket in. We're gonna put at least 2 buckets in to pretty much fill the hopper up, and we're gonna take a look at it and see how much, if we need any more. That's enough for right now. Have them go ahead and get another bucket ready. And we might do another bucket here once we start it up. Once we turn the water on, it's gonna settle down. Now we're gonna turn the water on, the main water to the unit we turned on. First we turn on the garden hose so it has the feed. Then we turn the main water on. It's gonna feed the tank itself. This valve is open so the water is going in to the bottom of the tank, and you can see the pressure. You can see the water coming in there. That is actually making brine now. Once it is starting to flow in, it's diluting the salt, dissolving it, making brine. We're gonna run it up to about 3/4 away with water, and it's actually making brine right now. As the water's flowing in, it's dissolving the rock salt and making brine. And we are gonna add more salt here very shortly to get that level up. Because the more salt we have in here, the stronger the brine makes it much quicker. We're gonna add the 3rd bucket of salt so we can maximize the amount of brine coming through. Whenever you're loading salt in the pump, you should always turn the pump to the off position because it can cavitate the pump and shock the system. So it's better if you just turn it off, put the salt in, then turn it back on again. 5-ton operation, so we got 6-ton, that's good. Go ahead and put the water flow back on. So it's gonna start working the salt, finish dissolving it. As you can see, it's dissolving it and it's falling down in. Okay, cut the water off now. Okay, we're gonna test this brine. .25%, it's a little bit high. We'll put a little more dilution to the water and or send it to the tank at 25 and dilute the whole tank. So they got their preference of which way they want to do it. So I'm gonna adjust this dilution valve about that much. Now we're gonna shut the valves for the tanks. First of all, then we're gonna fill this tank, so we need to open the valve that sends it to the tank. That tank's open. Now we need to go back all of our other valves to make sure we're open. This is the fill valve right here going to the storage tanks. That valve is open, that'll send it to that storage tank underground. So we've walked back here, check our valves. Send is in the right direction. This is sending it to the storage tanks. That's in the right direction. Then we just got to make sure our pump is sucking it from here, from the other side of the hopper. And that valve is lined up. Okay, we're going to turn the system on and start sucking the brine at 26% out of the unit and send it to the tank. At that time, I'm going to start turning the dilution valve on to get the brine down to 23% at this point. So it's actually 23 going to the tank. So it's diluted down. So I'm going to start the system up now by turning on automatic, on high, automatic. Okay, it's sending the tank, a little air pocket. Okay, there we got it. Right now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to recirculate the tank so we can suck the brine out of the tank through the pump and recirculate it so we can get the brine down. I'll test the tank right now. The whole tank is 23.7, so it's really good. If it was high, we could add so much water. There's a chart that they have. You add so many gallons of water. Let's say if it's 25%, you'd add 500 gallons of water to dilute the whole tank down, recirculate it till it's totally recirculated, and that gets your brine down to 23.3, where it's perfect. So you can do it in many different ways, and that's what they chose to do, to make brine, let's say 25%, and then dilute it down when they're done. So that's what we're doing, and that's what they'll do now.